Hello, my name is Daniel Weiss of Weiss Engineering, and today I have a surprise for our many MAN301 network player users. But before I tell you more about that, a short history of the MAN301. Here you see one of them. It's our standard model which can do network playing, meaning that you can play files from a NAS, from a storage device. You can rip CDs, you can edit metadata, and you can stream radio from internet. But what it can't do is streaming from like Cobus or Tidal, etc. But today, people would like to be able to stream via internet. That's a given fact, even in high-end hi-fi, because streaming is nowadays possible in 192 kilohertz sampling frequency and 24-bit quality resolution. So even high-end people, high-end hi-fi people would like to stream nowadays. And the downloads and CD sales are going down, as we know. So what is required for a streaming device in terms of quality? It has to be able to do MP3 still, of course, but also non-compressed or FLAC compressed files or streams at up to 192 kilohertz. And as I told you, the MAN301 in a standard version can't do that, so we changed the MAN301 for the MAN301R, we call it, and that has the following features. We decided to do a Roon-based MAN301. Roon, you probably know, it runs on our ITX board inside the unit. And before we show you the internals of the MAN301R, I'll show you some screenshots of the Roon app and also of our web interface, which we use to control the MAN301. Here I have a CD playing of Diana Krall in the Roon app, running on the iPad I have here. You see the tracks here, and just some nice feature of Roon is like this small figure here with each track. And this figure of 50 here right now shows the number of cover versions for that song. So you have the incredible feature that you can go to all those cover versions and play them as well. Then there are credits, tons of credits of musicians, composers, artists, production people. So lots of metadata, as we call it. Then there are a versions section where you see where the file is streamed from. Also, the files you have in your library are listed on your NAS device, for instance. And there are many more metadata. For instance, lyrics are showing up. You can sing along with Diana Krall. So it's very an extensive metadata thing. Then I go to the web interface for the MAN301R. You see here the three main modes. We run it like the Roon server we've just seen. Then we can select the output level here in coarse steps, 10 dB steps in analog manner, so you can accommodate for your amplifier. Then D2A filter type and polarity. And you can switch to preamp mode, which stops the Roon playback. In preamp mode, it works like a D2A converter or D2D converter. So you have digital and analog outputs depending on your MAN301 version. That allows you to select one of the three inputs, XLR, RCA, or optical, run it through a volume control, and output it to the D2A and the digital outputs. So a very simple D2A converter type of thing. And finally, the CD ripping allows you to rip CDs onto a USB storage device which is connected to the USB socket at the back of the MAN301R. And once you've ripped the CDs, you can copy the files to your NAS storage, for instance. So these are the basic controls for the MAN301R. Okay, now we have a look inside the MAN301R. On the right-hand side, you see the new ITX board, which is about 8 times as powerful as the old one. It has 8 GB of RAM and has a small firewire interface, which we use to transport audio from here to our audio section here. We had to rewrite the driver for this board to run on the latest Linux version here. And the audio section is as is in the MAN301, the existing one. So it does the digital inputs and outputs, ASC view inputs and outputs, and also connects to the D to A converter section here. Then here we have the new SSD with the new software. And the old MAN301 software can't be run anymore on the system because it runs now the Roon software here. And then back down is the CD drive. Back here is the power supply, and here is the Wi-Fi stick. So when we site create your unit, we will exchange the ITX board, this firewire interface, the SSD holding the software, and maybe the Wi-Fi stick, depending on the age of your unit. And all those things are the same as in your existing MAN301. It's basically the ITX board, which is new. What I have to say as well is that this connector is not supported anymore. That connects to the FireWire 800 ports at the back. So those are not available anymore. That's the main difference between the two units, basically. Okay, now you've learned about our MAN301R. If you like to have more information, then I suggest to contact your dealer. And of course, we offer the site rates, as I mentioned, but we also offer new MAN301R units if you are inclined to buy one. Thank you for listening and viewing. See you.